Greetings pilots, I'm Shaolin Rogue and thank you for joining me for episode 7 of my low-cost express hangar upgrade guide, The Do-Over. Welcome back to our returning viewers, and for those of you who may be joining us for the first time, a quick review. Starting from match 1 in our humble destrier, we have followed a general guideline of avoiding investing our silver, gold, and workshop points in anything that won't be competitive in a top-tier hangar as much as possible. By focusing our resources, we've been able to have a 4-slot level 7-7 hangar by level 27 ready to start making its way through the Gold League. With plenty of bonus resources left to take advantage of in our last 3 levels, we'll still be able to keep leveling our current hangar while saving silver and workshop points for when we have the gold for our 5th slot. If you're interested in a more in-depth discussion of the choices made and strategies used up to this point, I'd recommend checking out the first 6 episodes. In today's episode, we're going to be using my main account to check out how well this hangar performs at bot and gear level 10 in Diamond League 2. At first glance, the lack of bot diversity could lead you to think that this isn't a very well-rounded hangar, and while we don't have any long-range weapons, we do have mid and close range covered well. At 600 meters, the Trident Carnage makes up for what it lacks in damage output with survivability and mobility, allowing you to proactively put enemies in your line of fire rather than waiting for them to wander into sight. The agility of the Carnage, combined with the large splash radius of the Tridents, allows you to still be dangerous in tight spaces on maps like Dead City, and the same goes for our pinned Tulumbus Griffin. The jump of the Griffin, combined with the rocket splash and the recent reload buff, makes this guy deadly on any map as well. The Thunder Carnage not only provides incredible killing power at point-blank range, as you face increasingly larger robots, the effective range of the Thunder improves, and it's always worth single-firing your weapon at heavy robots anytime they're within 500 meters. Thunders not only strip an Ansel shield within a few salvos, but also shred physical shields up close, and the spread of the buckshot will damage enemies around the sides and over the top of their shields. Our Plasma Griffin is a single-purpose robot, but what he does quite well, quickly melting anything without a physical shield, and is definitely your go-to for countering Carnage, Fujin, and Leos. Finally, our Assassin. Pinatas and Orkans give a ton of burst damage, and since the recent rocket buff, you can still dish out damage while retreating once you've delivered your initial payload. This isn't necessarily the best endgame hangar one could build, but it's very cheap and quick to get to this point, allowing you to level your weapons on competitive bots and compete at higher levels while you save up for premium bots and weapons if you choose to do so. Before we start to roll out this episode's matches, I would like to touch on a few strategic points. When possible, work from the outside. Circle your way around the edge of the battle and flank the enemy, firing into the battlefield, keeping as much of the enemy in front of you, where you can see them, as much as possible. Put as much cover and terrain between you and your enemies as you can until you're ready to strike, and use the cover and terrain to your advantage. Be aware of the different heights and placements of the weapon hardpoints on not only your own bots, but also all the other robots in the game. Make sure you know the reload times for weapons even if you don't use them, and keep track of enemy fire so you know when it's safe to break cover and advance. In terms of aggression, I like to keep an eye on the timer, the beacon bar, as well as the overall flow of the match, in addition to my bot's health, amping up the aggression when the timing is right. That's it for today's episode. I have 4 exciting Diamond 2 League matches with plenty of epic music and gratuitous slow motion kill shots to leave you with. As usual, timestamps have been provided for your convenience in the description below. I'm Shaolin Rogue, thanks for tuning in, and until next time, good hunting.